So I decided to make myself this nice little ice cream pin cushion because the pin cushions per se I'm using right now are this one that I made that's on top of my sewing machine, and then an awesome magnetic one that goes on your wrist as you can like move around and stuff. It goes with you, which is great. But I just wanted something that like looked better on my surface here because this is all I've been using on my desk, so I wanted something better. This one I made white because my all-purpose pins are multicolored and I thought it looked like sprinkles on top of the ice cream. But I have other pins that are my fine pins and they are red and white, and so I decided that I am going to make another one but make it pink, and so this might look like strawberry flavor or something. So here we go, making my second one. I'll show you what I did.
All right, so this took a lot of trial and error, but I figured out that I start with a 6.5-inch square for the actual ice cream bit to start with, because I tried 5.5. I tried 7 because I thought that was just too small, but then 7 ended up being too big. So a lot of trial and error. I think I landed roughly on 6.5. To be honest, the other one I kind of altered as I went. I think it was 6.5. We'll see how this one turns out. And then once I have my square, fold it in half, and then I do some pinning because I don't trust myself to keep it all straight as I go. And then fold that in half, and then cut an arc. And I also don't trust myself to make this arc perfect. In a lot of my trials, it wasn't great. So let's see, 6.5, half of that is 3.25. So just make one little mark is all I need. And then go ahead and make that curved cut. And there you go. There's your circle. And then I discovered that you really want to seal these edges first before moving on. I don't have my serger set up yet, and so I'm just doing a zigzag stitch around the edge. Alright, so now that I have the edge sealed, I go ahead, you do a super long stitch, oops, a straight stitch, longest you can around the edge so that you can scrunch it. I did, I think, like 1/4 of an inch-ish away from the edge. Oh, I need to make sure I have some long tails. Okay. There we go. And then, okay, they're about the same, but I'm going to go 1 or 2 over unaligned. They're not over top of each other, but then you take the bobbin thread, right? So these under 2 ones, and pull and scrunch, and then do that until it's small. I'm sorry, when I said like overlap, this is what I meant. I hope you can see it, that it's not on top of each other, but they just like went past each other. I hope you can see that. That's what I meant. Okay, so then I tighten it up, not all the way because I need to be able to put some stuffing in it. I'm gonna use this stuff that I used on my felt trial. It looks so good, but I couldn't get it small enough was the problem with this felt one. It was just too big and bulky because I already have the little containers that I'm using. I have these little cups that my husband 3D printed for me, and I put rice in it to weigh it down. Anyway, doing it with felt, I could not get it small enough to fit that, hence me doing cotton. And that's not gonna be enough. Let me take it out of my other trials. This was, I think this was my 5-inch one. It was way too small. This is good. I'm actually using this stuff. Need a little bit more. Just a smidge. Alright, let's see how that feels. Yeah, that's better. So then what I did here, I really probably should have watched some tutorials or something, I don't know, but I tried to like just tie this off at first and it was not working. And so I'm gonna grab a needle and thread and just kind of sew this shut. I just kind of like went zigzaggy web style and then did try and like tie it off as best I could. So I'm gonna grab a needle and thread and close that up like that. All right, I'm just finishing getting this all tied up. I'm starting to wonder if this is gonna be too small. Yeah, it's gonna be a little on the small side. Just because I think I pulled the edges in more than the other one, but I think it should be fine. All right, and then for the like frilly bit that goes around the outside to make it like all scooped looking, like I said, I think I used 12 inches. And then I think I did roughly 2 inches wide. I'm just gonna do some, oh, that's 2.5. 2, just some rough marks up here to kind of keep me in line as I cut. I honestly am making this whole thing up as I went. I trial and error, and then when I finally had something that worked, I was like, great, and then I'm just trying to remember what I did and copy it. So then I believe what I did was then I folded this over and sewed it in half, and I think if I remember, I just did a zigzag stitch along the edge again to retain all those raw edges. So I shall do that again. I'll do a little bit of pinning first, just to make sure it doesn't go awry. Pin it the other way. I just realized it's going through my machine in the other direction, so let's put the pins the right way. Okay, and then what I think I did was, yeah, I didn't do any ironing, that's right, but I folded this in half. So what I did was just opened it up and then squashed it down, so the seam that I just did is in the middle on the top, if that makes any sense. And I purposely don't want to iron it down though, because these edges I want to remain kind of fluffy. I don't want those to be like all crisp, and so just kind of finger pressing it, finger opening it, and there, and then do that down the whole thing, and then I'm going to stitch there somewhere along the middle, and then fold it out, and I'll have 2 little flappy bits, you'll see. Oh yeah, and I forgot to mention, this stitch that's going down this center, that is a stitch that we are going to pull on and crumple it all together. So we want to go back to a very long straight stitch and give it some tails there on the end. Grab the bobbin one, and let's hope this works. Oh wait, I learned this on my last one, that's right. I do want to iron this, or I guess I'll go this way. Iron this so they'll both stick out this way, but without catching the edge so that they remain poofy. I need to go iron that edge first. This one's a little bit harder to bunch just because the seam is bulkier, but it is still doable. I need to go measure it against my little cup. And then all I did on my last one, and I'll do it on this one as well, is the ends here, they're cotton, they're gonna fray. All I did was I like tucked them in, and I'm gonna hot glue this in, and I just like hot glued them. Wow, that was chaotic. And down like that, because if it was felt or something, I wish it could be all the way up, but honestly, ice cream's not perfect or symmetrical, so I'm just tucking those down in there like that and hot gluing them like that, and then the circle will go on top. So I think this is actually pretty good. I'm gonna heat up my hot glue gun. I only put rice in there because these little plastic cups, when I was trying to make them the first time, they just kept falling over and it was not good. So I just wanted to weigh it down with something, and I went with rice because why not? I've played around. I didn't know how much I wanted this to be spilling over the edge or not. I kind of landed on what I'm doing here, and I like how it's turning out, so I have nothing to complain about. I like how this looks. Oh, that looks nice. And I'm trying to cover all the bits so that rice doesn't escape over time. Let's see if I can do this without having them fall into the glue before I'm ready to set it and not burn myself. Oh, gracious. Okay. Like I said, ice cream's not perfect. This doesn't have to be perfect. Oof, ouch. Okay, let's see if this is too small. Ah, no. Oh, that's perfect. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do a ring of glue around here, pop it on and hold it down and attach it that way. Because I don't want any of it to show, but it also has to completely hold it, and I don't want it to dry. Okay, here we go. And plop. Do you like my nails? I just got them done for the first time in my life. Got that in. Oh, that looks so good. Ooh, that's not good. I can do this. Just need to put a little dollop of glue in there without touching anything. Okay,
I got this. Yeah, that is not perfect, but it's so okay. My word, I just realized everything I'm doing is out of frame. Okay, finishing touch, putting the cherry on top. And I should probably sew it, but I'm just gonna glue it. Voila. I love it. Let's see what it looks like with some pins. So there you have it. There are my little ice cream pincushions. I think they turned out pretty good, considering I have no idea what I was doing and making it up as I went along. I think they turned out super cute. This one does look like it has sprinkles on top, and this one hopefully looks like it is some sort of flavor. And the pins are all different sizes, so I know which ones are which. Anyway, these will be a fun little thing to have sit in on my desk. So there you go. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day.